Hey everyone, welcome back to Court Farms. So we are now into March and we're just on our way to field 57 to do a fertilizing contract. I've got I think 4 fertilizing contracts to do to start with this morning for our neighbouring farmers. That'll help get us a little bit of extra money into the bank, as we are now below 200,000 with the loan payments we paid for December, January and February. So the main plan for today will be to get our 2 arable fields prepped and hopefully sown if we've got time. So I'm going to put some lime on, plough them because both fields require ploughing, and then we're going to put oats into one of the fields and barley into one of the other ones, or say one of the other ones, the other one. So that's what I would like to do for the main job today, is trying to get both of those done. They're not very big fields. That one is one of them just there in front of us. So it shouldn't take too long. But yeah, first we'll get these fertilizing contracts done out the way so we can get paid and get a bit of extra money into the bank. Okay, so that's the first field done, so we'll quickly collect this one. So that's field 57, so 7,908 for that, which is not too bad for a how long it took. So we've got 52, 53 and then 62 to do next. And that's the last of the fertilizing contracts all done. So let's get paid for those. We've got 5,138.52, 4,792 for field 53, and then 3,474 for field 62. There are a lot of other contracts. Field 45 is not a bad one. 92 as well, 4,000. There's a few more for 3, 2. There's probably a lot of money's worth there if I went round and did all those, but I think 4's enough for now. So we are up to 221,255. So that's what, 22,000 for those contracts. It's not too bad. That covers our loan payment for the month, at least, and give us a bit of money so we can get a spreader, so we can get the lime spread on our 2 arable fields. So one thing I would like to do this year as well is add another arable field to our farm, just to expand it a bit. I'll have to have a look around and see what's affordable. We do currently have enough money. We've got a big stack of silage bales there, which probably actually, well, I should have probably sold those over winter. Yeah, they've all fermented now. maybe we've missed selling those at the best price. Let's see what the current price of silage is. Actually, it's still quite good. It's above 300. So yeah, it's showing 343 as the highest in January. But it's not far off what it. The highest current is, what's that? 326 at the farmers market bales. So yeah, it might be worth us loading the silage bales up, and then we could possibly look at getting another field. Where are we? So our main farm is here. We own 61. Field 62 we've just fertilized, which has currently got barley in, I think. Yeah, how much is that one? So that's 149,000. It's already got a crop in as well, so we wouldn't have to do any work on that. There's field 59 as well, which is close to our main farm. 121, a little bit cheaper. I don't know if that's as... What's the... So that one's saying 5.02 acres. Yeah, so that one's slightly bigger. Obviously, why it's a little bit more money. So yeah, maybe that one would be a nice one to add, as we can access it through field 55, so there's no trouble getting to it. I don't know about field 59, if there's any access from our main farm. It looks like there's a track possibly coming off this farmyard. Well, there's one's a little bit further out, which aren't too far. 94 and 95. 94 has got potatoes. I don't want a potato field. 95 has got wheat in. How much is that one? That's 142, 5.87. Actually, that's slightly smaller area than that one. Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper, but not much. So I'm possibly thinking we'll go with farmland 93, which is field 62, to add to our farms this year, which is barley, which if we do buy that, it would mean we could put a different crop in this one, as I was considering putting barley into 58. I can't remember which one. One of these was going to be oats, one was going to be barley. But if we do buy that one, that means we could put a different crop in, maybe do some linseed as a cash crop. So yeah, something to think about. But yeah, we may get these silage bales loaded up, get these sold, and that'll give us a good chunk of money then towards buying that field. Right, so another addition I made over winter was adding this storage container. So this is a pallet and bale where you can put bales in as well. I think it's a 50 object limit, so you can put up to 50 objects. So we've got the IBC of herbicide, we've got the seed, solid fertilizer, big bags in there as well. That just keeps them nice and tidy and out of the way. Helps keep the objects down on the map as well. So yeah, I put that in. That's I think it was 5,000. So it's not too bad, but it's nice and accessible there. I kind of think it fits in as well. So let's get this dropped off, and then we'll get the front loader back on and start loading up these silage bales. Okay, so let's start getting these bales loaded up. I've left the creels off the trailer because I think we may be able to squeeze on a few more bales. And we do have 65, is it, to take to sell. I think the size of these bales with the creels on it just makes it a little bit tricky to utilise the full space of the trailer. So let's see if we can squeeze a few more on than we did last time. I think we've got about 14 bales on. And as these are fermented and they're being sold to be used straight away, there's no harm in poking holes in them. If they were freshly wrapped bales, I'd use the wrap bale handler on this attachment, so swap the spikes over. As we don't need to worry about that, we can just get them on. So yeah, we'll try and get as many on as we can and get these over to the sell point and get them sold. Hopefully that will give us a nice amount of money then towards buying that new field. I think we'll squeeze one more bale on, and I think that'll do. I don't want to make it too heavy. I've probably already overloaded the trailer as it is. I was considering trying to squeeze those last 4 on at the end, but I think, yeah, it's going to be probably 2 too many. Let's get this one dropped off. And I think either way, if we added those, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do 4 trips. Unless I could fit like 20... I'd have to fit, what, 22? At least 22 on each trip. We've got 20 on there at the moment. I could possibly try and get those last 2 on the top, but I just don't think it's worth adding that extra weight. So this is going to be quite a heavy load. Let's get our trailer attached. Let's see. So yeah, we're up to, what's that, 26 ton total. 99,000 litres of silage. So let's have a look again where the current best price is for silage. So we are, what is it? It's Farmers Market bales is currently showing the best. 325. What I want is tag that place, because I don't think that's a place I've been to before, and I've got a feeling it's up here. Yeah, right up the top. So yeah, we can go up the out of our farm, up the main road, and then down past this farm. I can't remember what that one's called. And then just follow that road up. So yeah, not too bad. Okay, so we're up at the farmers market. And while I'm here, I will keep an eye out for a collectible. Can't see one though. I think there is one up on the roof, but if I can't see it, I can't collect it. Is the rule. So I won't actively go searching for collectibles, but if I do come across one and spot it, we will pick it up. Okay, so we have the last 8 silage bales to sell. We're currently up to 337,765. I think this will take us up close to 350. Get the straps off. There we go. 14,701, another 1,579 environmental score bonus. That's 354,046 we're up to now. So yeah, we can more than enough pay for the new field. Which what we do is if we just stop here, and we can purchase that now. Go into farmland, and we're going to get farmland 93, which is field 62. 149,304, so that's going to still leave us with just over 200,000. So we'll purchase that, and there we go. We have expanded our farm slightly. We've now got that extra arable field, so we've got 4 arable fields and then the 2 grass fields, and then possibly we could do something with this area if we get time. So let's just switch over to this. Obviously we'll need to soil sample this field, and a big thing as well, I would just like to say a big thank you. Apologies, I can't remember who it was in the comments of the previous videos who said about doing the grass fields. So you can see now this grass field is up to 99 and everything is pretty much full. This grass field is up to 94. So what I was suggested to try was to go into the grass field with the sprayer and spray herbicide on it briefly to get the weed control up. I did have to lease the sprayer with the spot control. I tried it with the sprayer we've got that doesn't have the spot control spray on. It didn't work, so I leased one with it on because it was cheaper than adding it to ours. And yeah, literally just went in the field, unfolded, turned it on, and boom, that went straight up to maximum weed control. I also just did the weeds, those little patches of weeds while we had it as well. So that one's up to 98. And so that one's up to 99. So that give our score a big boost, which has now gone down a little bit now we've purchased that new field, because we were up to 11% on the bonus. I did get this one up to 88 as well. I can't remember how I got that one up to 88. Yeah, the only thing I did was put the sprayer on that little patch of grass and sprayed that. Yeah, that one's up to 88. Oh, I saw sampled it, that's what I did. Yeah, I took a soil sample of that little bit of ground there, which has boosted the soil sample score. So that bit's up to 88. And then I did try the weed control, but I don't think it really worked on that patch. Or did it? Oh yeah, it actually did. Yeah. So I did the same on there. I didn't realise it did work, but actually the weed control's up to max as well. That was just literally unfolding the spray on that tiny little patch of ground, which is not really showing up. I don't know why we can't see it now. It's buried in there somewhere. Oh, no, I'm completely looking in the wrong place. I'm looking over here. It's here, just behind there in the garden. Yeah, so I took a soil sample of that and then did the spot spray thing on that bit as well. So we got that up. But yeah, we have dropped a little bit now with buying that field. Oh, sorry, mate. I'm in your way. I don't know. Got all that space he could have walked around. It, obviously very annoyed that I decided to stop there. He's going to make a point and stand there with an angry face saying, I want to get past. Right, yeah, so we'll head up to the store and then we'll look to get a spreader so we can get some lime onto these fields. Possibly we'll need to lease the soil sampler again so we can get some soil samples in the new field. Although that's already got a cropping and everything, but it would be nice to see if we need to apply any further nitrogen to that field. Okay, so I've took the trailer back and swapped over to the big bag lifter on the front loader. Get that switched off. That way we can load any lime bags that we get. I don't know if there's actually a lime buy point on this map anywhere. So we'll just go in here, and I don't know if I already checked, but we'll just double check again. They used equipment sales, another JCB fast track, or a little bit bigger than our one. Yeah, that would be handy soon. 8.2 meter tedder for only 5,648. We won't buy that now, but maybe if it's still there when we come to need it, we may pick one up. So I'm going to get a manure spreader for spreading lime, rather than using one of the other spreaders. Something I don't think I've ever done actually. So I'm going to go with the Bunning. It's 22,500, 13,200 litre capacity. It's not going to spread as wide as some of the other spreaders, but I thought it'd be interesting to try something different. And this is obviously a British brand as well. I'm going to keep everything as standard, other than just bump up the work speed just a tiny little bit. So 22,500 for that. The only downside to the new spreaders is I don't think you can unload them. So if we fill this up with lime and then we want to do manure spreading, I think we'd have to completely use all the lime up before we can. I don't think you can unload them like you can with fertilizer spreader, but I haven't actually tried to. I'm pretty sure you can't, but we'll see. So that holds 13,200. So we want to get big bags and we'll get some lime. These are 2,000 litres each. So if we get 7, or should we just get 8? Let's just get 7 for now. I'm more than likely going to have to come back and buy some more. So 2,450 for the lime. Now all I need to do is hope the JCB can pick up those lime bags. About to wait on the back because I didn't bring one with us. But yeah, there is our new manure lime spreader. Actually looks a bit bigger now it's out the store. Very nice. Another mod I've not used before, and I think it'll fit in nicely in this area. Let's see if we can lift up one of these big bags without any issue. Just about. You see the back of the JCB lift up slightly. What is this? There we go. Yeah, so I'll get this filled up. We'll get back to our fields, and then we can start getting some lime spread on those two, and then we'll get the plow, and then we can get them ploughed up, and then try and get them planted today as well. Okay, so we'll do field 58 first. See how much lime we actually use on that one. It's not showing bad, so we won't need as much as if we left it after the next harvest, but I thought we may as well try and get some on there and get that up a little bit. We've got 14,000 litres in total. Obviously there's 13,200 in the spreader and then 800 still left in that big bag. So we may be able to get the whole field done. I have no idea until we actually start. We'll see how we go. I'll get the door open. Get that switched on. And away we go. It's going down fairly fast. Down to 90%. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do the entire field on one load, which I didn't think we would anyway, but yeah, if we can get the majority of it done, then at least that is one job done. And we should get a better pH value then. Okay, so there's the first field pretty much done, just this one patch down here, and that is the pH level at their best point. So there we go. Let's get that switched off. Get the door closed. So yeah, we didn't even use 50%. When we started, we was 10% by the first corner of the field. I thought we was going to use a lot more, but now pH value is showing perfect. So 6,750 at 6,750. So if we look at the pH level now, so yeah, all nice and green. So that one could have done with being done, but it wasn't bad, so we can get away one more harvest on that one. We can get that one topped up, and obviously we need to soil sample that one. So yeah, we'll get this next one done, so field 61, which I think we may, that's on just a slightly smaller field, or they're similar size. That total air is 5.1. Yeah, that one's a bit smaller, so we should have enough to do that field, unless the soil type is vastly different and it requires a lot more. So yeah, we'll head over to 61, which unfortunately we don't have any easy access from this side unless I cut across somebody else's field. Well, technically we do own field 62 now, but I don't think there's any access into that field from this way without going through the gate and out the gate again, and I don't really want to be driving across our field. Oh, we've got stones in this one as well. Weeds growing. So yeah, it looks like we could do with getting a roller to roll those stones in. So that's another thing that looks like we're going to need to do, is get a roller to try and remove these stones. But yeah, I don't think there's a way of getting across there. So we'll go the long way around. What I would like to do is, I did mention about putting a bridge across, but it didn't quite work from this side. But if we do eventually buy this field, we can get a track across here. and then put another bridge in across so we can access field 61 just across here, straight into it. That'll save us a bit of time driving all the way around. Last little bit and that's this field all done, and all our lime spreading done for today. Unless we get that new field ploughed in, which we may do, as we're going to be doing ploughing on these fields anyway, so we'll get that switched off and closed up. Yeah, so that's the pH level raised on field 61. So it's looking a bit more green. It's just that one field now that's just looking like it could do with some, but that'll be okay for next year. So the next job's going to be getting the plough, and we need to get 61 and 58 ploughed, and then we'll possibly have a look at ploughing in another field as well, up on that grass area by the entrance to the farm, which is a fairly decent sized space, and I think it might be worth ploughing in something there, whether we put grass in it or a different crop for now and then use it for grass later on, just so we can make use of that space. But back down at the store so we can get a plough. See what we can actually get. So we want ploughs. We've only got 160 horsepower for the JCB, so we don't have a huge amount. So we're probably looking at something 2.5 meters, probably the maximum we're going to be able to get. One's 3 meters, 170. We do have fairly flat field, so we may get away with that one. And that's going to be a little bit too much for our current tractor. 2 to 3 meters are getting a bit more expensive now for the same size. 36,000 for 2.5 meter, 165. Yeah, so I think the Prima might be our best option. We're definitely not going to be able to get a front and rear plough on. Yeah, we don't have the horsepower, so we'll go with this one, or we'll lease it. Which is going to be 1,086. And while I'm also here as well, we'll just have a quick look at the rollers and see what we've got, so we can roll that field. And I don't know what kind of stones we'll get from ploughing on this map, whether they'll come up large, so we may need to look at some kind of stone picker as well, if we do get large stones. And I don't have much choice in rollers apparently, so yeah, I'll have to go back through Mod Hub and see if there's some cheaper options than these ones. But we do now have a leased plough, so we can get those 2 fields ploughed and then possibly another one. I've got some postcards here. They actually, that looks like the spinnery on hoe baler on. Postcards from hoe baler on. Yeah, we'll get those 2 fields ploughed, and if we get time as well, we'll plough in that extra field. Well, that may be a job we have to do next time. I also need to have a quick look at the crop calendar. Decide what we're going to actually put in. So we definitely want to put oats into one of the 2 fields. And then barley was going to go in the other one, but now we've bought field 62, which already has barley, and we don't need to really put any more barley in. So we can possibly look at linseed, field bean, or maybe rye in one of the other fields. Okay, so we are down at field 61. We'll get the plough unfolded. We'll start off over this side. I've been trying to work out which is the kind of straight edge, or no, actually I think it might be better off starting off the other side, then working our way across. So if we get the plough turned, which I'm not sure how I actually do that on a keyboard. Yeah, so I think if we kind of follow from this edge, and we'll get that load down. And away we go with a nice slow process job. As for environmental score, obviously ploughing is not the best thing to do, but we need to get rid of that. And I don't plan on doing any corn at the moment, so we won't need to plough again for a while. Okay, so I'm just finishing off field 61. Just got this last little bit on this end to do. And that's this field doing. I'm going to get a worker to start doing field 58, and then I'll just tidy up any bits that they miss. And while they do that, I'm going to head up to the store in the Ford and get a set of rollers, as we really need to get the barley field rolled so we can get rid of those stones before it goes to the first growth stage, which I think it will do if we skip through to next month, and we won't be able to do it. As you can see from this field as well, we have got some small stones come up, so we will need to roll this field as well to get rid of those after sowing the next crop we put in it, which we'll do next month I think, because I don't think we're going to get time to get all that done this month now. So just finish off these few little patches. There we go, that is field 61 all ploughed. Get that folded up and we'll just check. No change to the environmental score because obviously we haven't done any tillage, so ploughing won't increase the tillage, only like if we don't do no drill or no ploughing. So that's not going to change for the ploughing side, so we'll get a worker to do that one while we do the others. But if we go to here, you can see we've got yellow stones, which means we'll be able to remove those with the roller, and it looks like on 62 there is a few small patches of large stones which I don't know. I don't think we'll be able to remove those now there's a crop in. We can roll in the smaller stones, but I don't think we'll be able to get rid of the large stones. But yeah, we do have a bit of a random patch. It's not the entire field, but we'll get a roller to roll those in. And we're going to have to do this field as well in 58 once we finish ploughing that. So both those are going to need doing. That looks like there's a small patch in 58 already as well. Yeah, so yeah, we'll get those done. And then we'll just have a quick look. So for next month, we're going to put oats into one of the fields. I can't remember which one it is. I'll have to check in. We're not doing wheat, so we don't have to worry about planting that before the end of March. So we can do oats or any of the other crops next month. And then I'm possibly thinking either field beans. We can't do linseed unless we do it this month, but I've already harvested linseed, so it'd be nice to try rye or field bean. So yeah, possibly put one of those in to the other field next month. So yeah, I'll go and get the work started, then we'll head up to the store to get a set of rollers. This is a tricky field to get in and out of. Go out backwards is always a bit easier sometimes. Yeah, I'll go and get the work started and I'll meet you back up at the store to get a set of rollers. Okay, so let's get a set of rollers and then we can get the stones rolled in on that field. I have been out the game just to install a few rollers, just so we've got a few more options. So we go to rollers. So the cheapest one would be the Gutler Mayo from Vertex Designs, which we can have up to 8.2 meters. It's going to be 17,000. If we lease that, 878. I kind of think, I don't know whether it's one of these things. Do we buy? We've got this one, which is 6.2. 14. That one goes up to 9 meters. Cambridge rollers, that's 39,000, quite a lot more expensive for not much more width. That just look like a nice set of rollers. 6 meters, 35,000. Yeah, I think the this one's going to be the cheaper option. I just trying to decide now whether we do buy these or do we just lease them for now and then return them. We're going to have to do 3 fields and not all of them are going to be done this month, so we're going to have the additional leasing costs, which isn't going to be too much. Only 172 for the work day and then 361 for the out. So we'll just lease these as well for now. Otherwise, buy our own set in the future. Okay, so our workers still working away in field 58. Seem to be doing a good job. So we'll get these stones rolled in. I'm going to just roll the entire field, although I don't think the entire field actually needs rolling. I think we may just need, yeah, so there's no need for rolling, it's just rolling the stones actually. So we get this unfolded. We'll get it low down. Hopefully these stones will disappear. Yep, they're being removed. So yeah, I'm probably just going to go over the entire field anyway, just to make sure we get everything. So there seems to be a few patches here and there. Yeah, they'll get rid of the stones so we won't get any excess wear and tear on our header when we do come to harvest later this year. Alright, we are pretty much done with the rolling. So there's that small patch there of large stones which we can't remove now until after the crop's been harvested. I'm pretty sure most of the stone pickers that will remove large stones cultivate the actual field. We'll have some cultivated patches, so I think it might just be worth leaving those as they are, and then we can deal with them after the harvest. All of the small stones have gone. Yeah, so it's just that patch of larger stones there which we can't remove. As you can see on this field as well, it looks like there's a slight larger or medium-sized stone that we won't be able to remove as well. No, actually we might be able to remove that before now we've ploughed, so we should be able to pick that up. Maybe get one of the small 3-point mounted stone pickers to remove that, rather than leasing a big stone picker. Obviously the canola field we didn't roll, but that one doesn't have any stones in, and then they're just grass fields. So yeah, 61 looks completely fine. It's all small stones which we can roll in after we've planted the crop in. But yeah, I may look at getting one of the little 3-point mounted stone pickers, see if we can pick these large ones up before we sow this field, and then the rest can be rolled in afterwards. So I think we'll get this folded up and we'll head back up to the yard, and I think we're pretty much going to be done for today. I'm going to leave the worker to carry on for a bit, and then I'll take over and get that one finished for next time. And then we'll be into April where we'll get the oats and then possibly rye. I'm thinking we'll try this year in the other field. I just need to remember which way around I was going to do it. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, we was going to put oats in the field 58. So we'll put 61 as rye or field beans. Let me know in the comments what do you think we should do in 61. Should we do field beans or rye? But yeah, it'd be interesting to know. So let me know in the comments and I'll go through and see which ones get the most suggestions to do, and then we'll do that one. And I've got one other thing I want to do before we do finish off, which is, as we've got the money. Oh, I have also taken on a few fertilizing contracts, well, a couple of more fertilizing contracts, which I'll do for next time as well. Just to get a little bit of extra money and to help towards the loan repayment for this month. We'll just put the Ford back in the shed. Right, yeah, we'll just put this back in the shed and then I'll find somewhere to put the roller. We're going to need next month as well. So we'll probably just keep it on this tractor until we finish using it. Let's just get this in out the way. There, I'll do for now. The engine switched off. So yeah, the last thing I want to do for today is I'll just check the chickens up. Make sure they're fine. Yeah, 647. So on the campgrounds, so there's a campground just here, and I believe if we do buy that, we will get income from the lovely campers each month. I'm not sure how much we will get, but if we go into farmlands, see, I'm not actually sure how much this is to buy. So it's 39,864, so we can afford it, and I think it will generate us some extra income, which will help with the loan payments. So I think I'm going to buy that, and then we can see overnight how much we get from that. So we're still left with 136,882, and we don't really need to buy any more equipment now. We will need to lease the soil sampler, which I may do as well. So we can sample field 62 and then see if we need to apply any further nitrogen to that one. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there for today. So let me know for field 61 whether to do rye or soybeans, field beans. So yeah, it'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are on what we should do in that field. And yeah, if you've enjoyed the episode, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 22 content coming up with this series and the time-lapse series, and also the live streams as well once a week. Sometimes a bit more. So yeah, again, big thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again. Goodbye.